I do a bunch of events in Montreal, Product Camp and a lot of the tech and startup events. And I'm very happy to here today to talk to you about, a little bit about LightSpeed. If you don't know who we are, we're a software company in Montreal that is selling point-of-sale retail solutions for retailers, brick and mortar, etc. We also have our e-commerce solutions we'll talk about a little bit. But today I want to really focus on understanding your e-commerce heritage. Now you might ask me, what the heck is that? One of the questions that I heard was, what percentage of customers actually have a store versus just sell online? And I think that's really, really important because understanding where the passion is for the business owner and where that's driving that type of e-commerce or retail experience is absolutely critical. And that's also where LightSpeed spends a lot of our time. We'll talk a little bit about some of the examples that I've learned at LightSpeed and what we've learned as a company as well. Now, what's our goal, right? Every company has a vision statement. I'm going to throw bars here. But the interesting thing about LightSpeed is that we all really believe this. We live it, we breathe it. And we want to basically revolutionize that entire retail experience for our customers. Now, what does that mean? So typically you go into a store, you go into Aldo, you want to buy a pair of shoes, right? You find your shoes, the salesperson asks you your size, goes back to the inventory in the back office, brings it out, tries it on, you go to a cash, it's a big long line. When you get to the cash, they try to upsell you that leather cleaner and the shine, all that kind of stuff. You say you have it, you never used it, you have 3 bottles in it. What that means is that's the old retail experience, right? It's a little bit better online. You can actually order, get drop shipped to your house, etc. But combining the value add, that sales experience, the ability to show value in the store, combining that with the value and the ability to order online is what we're about. We've grown actually from our CEO Dax Da Silva as an Apple reseller POS system. So that's actually kind of how it started way back when. And if you think about what that allowed us to do, it allowed us to focus on a very specific vertical and then expand out from there. Understanding very carefully, what does it take to run a business? What does it take to sell a business? What does it take to manage that business day to day versus just trying to think about, okay, I want to open a store, I just want to start a website and run into some problems there. So we've grown to over 15,000 retail customers, ranging from anything from your very high-end boutique stores in Soho to toy and candy stores in the West Coast to Washington and Colorado with some very interesting, now legalized products. And that kind of and you'll understand why I talk about passion about your product. Gives you a really wide spectrum. You have to really focus on what does it take to allow these people to run their business. We have a lot of retail channel partners in over 30 countries. So LightSpeed has really grown organically. We've also received funding last year, over 30 million from Excel Partners, a big VC organization in Silicon Valley. And we also have headquarters in Montreal, Ottawa, New York, Olympia, and San Francisco. So we really try to grow the company around that vision of reinventing and revolutionizing that retail experience. Now, changing retail. I'm sure everyone here has heard that customers want to buy anywhere. They want to buy, when they're at home, on their phone, when they're walking around in the mall, they want to receive, a little notification that there's a sale in the store. I don't think I would like to see that, but sometimes that happens. Buyers are much more informed. They go into a buying cycle already half decided what they're going to do because they've researched online. You've heard of probably the showroom. If you haven't, the phenomenon of going to the store, looking at a product, and then comparing it online and then buying it online or against competitive. Omnichannel and endless aisle. The ability to go into a store and buy a product that may not be in that store, it might be in another store, it can be drop shipped to you, you can go pick it up, it can be reserved, they can take that inventory and they can ship it to the store that you're at. Very similar concepts to online where there is no store, everything is just one inventory. But expanding that and saying, okay, well if I purchase something online and pick it up in the store, if I get it shipped from a different store location, how do I make sure that that inventory is locked in? How do I make sure that when I actually go to that store, the person just hasn't forgotten to put it under the aisle and ask the salesperson, give your name, etc. That's not really how to run your business. That's a way to frustrate customers, that's a way to guarantee no repeat sales, etc. But the question that we always look into is like, why did you go into business? Why did you want to start that business either from home, working from home, or you always envisioned starting up a small business within your community, or growing into 20, 30 store chains, which is what a lot of our customers do. So we try to look at where they are, where they're coming from, again, that heritage of the e-commerce, online, in the store, but also where they're going. We want to grow and make sure that relatively complex scenario and workflows around building a business and running a business are simplified. So if you think about our heritage a little bit, we are a design-focused company. We look at it from the experience that you're going to have, be it online or in the store. And if you drive a lot of your decisions on your business in the store that you're running from that, it really enables the connection and the intersection, as Charles was saying, between that e-commerce and that real brick-and-mortar experience. So, ask yourself, why did you go into business? Did you want to try something new? So when I was young, I wanted to start an HTML design firm because when I was young, H1 was new. That was HTML, it was great. Everyone thought they could start, web consulting firms. They made millions of dollars, and I think, everyone tried, and many failed. Today, a bored millennial can make chocolate-covered quinoa in their house, sell it online to thousands of customers miles away, and ship it overnight. So if you think about this, would you recommend this person open a store? Why would they? They have a product. It's very easy for them to make it. They don't need facilities. They can ship it. They might even be drop shipping it from the supplier directly to the customer, etc. Understanding this, and understanding how to craft an e-commerce strategy on that, with the expectation of this is a 90-10. 90% of their revenue is going to be made online. 10%, if ever, is going to be done from the brick-and-mortar facility. Understanding that and how to design that solution is very different than some of the other scenarios that we've seen. Were you passionate about your products? So when I was young, I remember going to baseball card shops, entrepreneurs, or convenience stores, and buying a pack of cards. Understanding that experience, opening up the wrapper, getting in, talking with my friends, etc. That's the type of experience that you want to have in your store. I remember this type of situation was inconceivable several years ago, not even that long ago. But why would you stop there? Why wouldn't you create a presence online to complement that experience? Why wouldn't you have a portal, even if you aren't selling? That's what a lot of people confuse e-commerce with. It's not a pure selling online credit card kind of cart transaction. For sure, there's tons of money there, and many businesses just went online. But if you are coming from this perspective, where you actually want to have that sales value add, I'm not trying to sell you something, I'm trying to help you choose the best product for yourself. And I want to engage with you because I, as a salesperson, are equipped to know that product better than anyone and can help you in that cycle. Why would you stop there? Why would you create a site, Google AdWords, push people to your store experience and allow that solution to be crafted from there? So a little bit of what LightSpeed does to address the solution, but also applicable to anyone trying to start a business, an app developer, consultants, people who work with some of the other e-commerce platforms. We have our own web store e-commerce solution, but we also integrate to other e-commerce solutions. We're trying to get that retail experience and having that drive the force. So I'll pause here. I'll ask a question to everyone here. Who here owns an Apple product? iPod, iPhone, or a laptop? That's where LightSpeed started, and that's why we were successful. We were one of the first Apple-based, iPad-based POS systems to market. iPhone, iPad, and Mac desktops. We've also recently launched LightSpeed Cloud, which is a web-based platform. So again, POS, but through your browser. So opening up in Firefox, Safari, etc., on any hardware. So we kind of expanded that footprint. Now, this is actually an example of an iPad, card swipe, etc. But there's a few dirty secrets of e-commerce that I think people don't talk about. And as a store owner, you absolutely have to think about that. Also, as a solution provider, you have to think about that as well. They know their products, but not their business. So running a business is difficult, but it can be made simple. It can be made beautiful. It can can be made revolutionary. Have you thought about inventory management? How do you transfer inventory from different stores? How do you restock that inventory when you reach a certain inventory level? How do you make sure that you are not sold out and losing sales? How do you also make sure that you don't have too much inventory so you're doing discounts and write-offs at the end of the season? Now online, same thing. A lot of people think that online eliminates all these problems. It doesn't. It just changes the scenario. In those types of scenarios, you have to think about where are you shipping? Are you calculating taxes and shipping rates properly? Are you making sure that you're sending the product in a certain time frame based on their expectations, etc.? So the supply chain becomes more of a problem online. But again, same thing. When do you restock? When do you make sure that you carry inventory? A lot of small players, small customers absolutely can't carry inventory. They don't have a warehouse. So how do you combine that into the equation? And if you only add a shopping cart to your website, you're not really doing e-commerce. So how do you combine that with the POS system? So what LightSpeed is trying to do is combine the data that you're getting. So how many sales, what product is hot, dashboards, analytics, understanding where your products are moving. And then also allowing that to translate into a very compelling e-commerce solution as well. Another mistake that a lot of people do in e-commerce is focusing only on the numbers. How can I reduce my shipping cost? How do I provide free shipping as an option? One of the number one, I think 60% of response to the survey said that the number one abandonment rate, or abandonment reason, was it took too long to figure out what the shipping and taxes were for that order. So they just filled it all out, they'd add all these products, and they'd say, okay, how much is it going to really cost? How much is it? And they didn't go through the transaction because it took too long for the shipping cost to show up. Taxes, loyalty. Loyalty is an interesting one because loyalty is not just that Aeroplan card. That's the one I use, so that's the one I try to promote. But loyalty is not just about the cards and the points. It's about that interaction in the store. It's about providing a blog or commentary or reviews. I was reading this interesting article about seamlessly integrating that online experience to make sure that something as simple as making sure that that inventory is available or transfer that inventory to different stores is super easy to do. And technologies that are inspiring and drive customer engagement. LightSpeed really focuses on those areas, and I think everyone should, in terms of delivering that experience to retailers, to customers, etc. So you have to, and these are kind of 3 slides with what we've learned and what I've seen over and over in the market. Deliver exceptional in-store experiences driven by an online presence. So you see here our point-of-sale system running on a Mac computer, our show and tell feature, which allows a salesperson to actually engage with the customer in the store. Oh, you actually just bought this watch? Well, we actually have great accessories to go with it. Maybe a case that goes with that watch. Comes up, salesperson is prompted in the product. Kind of like it's been on e-commerce and Amazon, related products. This person bought this product, etc. But also understanding that that's just as powerful in the store. And understanding that if we're selling to a bike shop and they bring in, a helmet, brake pads, and a new chain, well, 95% of those customers also add, a seat cover. Understanding that and prompting that at the moment of sale increases basket size significantly. And the mobile app, mobile apps, I don't have to really talk too much about how important they are, but simply the flexibility they provide, but also to the salesperson as well as the consumer. It's not just the consumer app, it's not just the salesperson app, it's allowing the ability to bring up a sale on your iPhone, plug in, as you saw, the card readers. There's many different types of card readers you can plug into an iPad, through the audio jack, or through the Lightning port. Having the ability to scan the inventory as you order around the store to make sure that you actually have everything stocked up. Providing that numbers and connecting to the online experience as well. The customer's buying more than a product. And it's funny because POS and the brick and mortar stores have been around so much longer, but the value add, that knowledge, the intimacy that you get within a store, I find sometimes e-commerce is better. They actually have the social aspects, the friends recommended, the tagging and the twittering about the different types of products available. And providing that within the store experience through a beautifully designed product is really key. Drive online sales with a seamless inventory management system. This is our e-commerce solution. Again, you can choose and pick the themes you want to deploy You can customize it. You can provide the inventory and the products you want to show. You can create different types of experiences there. But some of the most important things on this page are things you can't see. The ability to know that when I select this right, maybe that example, maybe select a shoe, understanding that that ties directly into my single central inventory, no matter what store it's coming from, if it's online, if it's going to get drop shipped from a vendor, when to reorder from that supplier, right? How to mix up that catalog for the winter and summer seasons, and understanding that coming together provides that e-commerce solution time. And the last point here is provide your customers mobile solutions that tie it all together. And again, I bring up the show and tell example. It really is a revolutionary thing. In a very simple kind of iPad, now it's kind of the first revolution, but the ability to engage the customer. So this can actually be given to the customer. You can actually bring up a shirt, show it to the customer on the iPad. Sir, this is available in medium and large. Would you like to see other colors? So historically, that person would leave, walk around, try to find them in stock. Maybe they weren't, kind of describe it. On the iPad, they can just go through. This is available in different colors. Oh, by the way, here's a belt and pants that go great with this set. I mean, I would love that. I can't dress myself for anything. So having that kind of suggestion or having that experience with the salesperson is super, super effective for increasing sales, increasing the value add. That's a no-brainer in e-commerce. I can do that through Google. I don't even need to do that through a website on your e-commerce portal. But bringing that all together gives you that seamless commerce experience. So I just want to leave you with a couple of things around POS. Combining that in-store experience, combining that retail engagement, and driving traffic to your store through your e-commerce portal or through your website online presence is just as important as the other way around. Taking your online store and driving all your revenues through that. We've discovered quite a bit that depending on where you're coming from, you might be looking at 100% or 99% of your revenues online. But we've also discovered that if you're actually starting from the store experience, if you're really starting from adding on that layer of brick and mortar and that intersection of commerce and e-commerce and brick and mortar, that even if your sales are at the 20 or 30% mark, you might be actually increasing your in-store sales simply through having an e-commerce portal, having that knowledge transfer, having that ability to do that. So, from LightSpeed, I think those are the lessons we've learned definitely. And we've been growing from that tremendously. I just want to leave one note here. We're always hiring. I always have to do that pitch. And I was telling Charles I can do this. He said, okay. We're always growing. Once you're on Ottawa, please look us up. We're really looking to change the retail world online, in the store, and really combine that together. So I encourage you all to take a look at the career page. I'm super psyched on what we're doing. And I think if you join LightSpeed, that's actually a kind of experience that you're going to love as well, because we all really kind of believe in that first slide, revolutionize that retail experience. Thanks. Any questions? Yes.
How hard is it for you to sell everything you don't see behind? You must have to work pretty hard to sell everything that the buyer doesn't see, and I mean, your customer has.
So the nice thing about talking with an owner is if you start showing him things like Store Master, which is our interface to look at your inventory management, your catalogs, understanding how to set up your taxes, how to export your information to other systems, etc. It very quickly becomes apparent on the value that those areas are providing. So it's actually demonstrated through software most of the time. Giving them a demo, showing them a free trial, etc., and then having them look at that and say, "Wow, I want to start a store, but did you think about this? Did you think about that?" And all of that comes together pretty quickly. So it's actually been our biggest selling feature, our biggest kind of attractor, where we say, have your store, you can get it started running super quickly. but then understand the different types of aspects just through navigating, kind of exploring the software, kind of self-intuitive, picking it up. So it's been relatively easy just because as soon as they realize that, they go, wow, I didn't even think about that at all. Please tell me more. Please tell me how to run a store. We don't do it with the consulting side, but obviously that can help.